Pleasant good evening to each and everyone. George from Guyana, the diaspora in Africa, friends all. Today, so many things have happened. We have so many things to speak about. But I would have to choose the most important one, especially when I'm dealing with Guyanese people in and out of Guyana. I walk around before I speak about anything ill about people and try to analyze and weigh what really taking place between them. Guyanese who are living abroad and who are living back in Guyana. And what caused people to think the way they think? It was not only that we blame slavery or the caste system or tribalism, but keep on looking back and listening to people who we feel are historians and maybe we think they know it all. Not realizing that they are some of the biggest dividers and opportunists that we have between us. Georgetown, Guyana. Before I started to speak about that, I wanted to send my condolence every day to the innocent killing in Israel, Palestine, and around the world, Ukraine, Africa, elsewhere, all these things are happening. Some of you who are educated, learning field, but so why he keep repeating himself? But friends, I am not about the educated in the wise. For if we lost one stupid person, we can lose the nation. And that is why you deal with the uneducated and try for them to understand. Sometimes I ask many questions. When will we stop fighting each other and unite? When will we stop criticizing each other and trying to find a solution how we could work together for humanity? It is very shameful to know all the prophets, from the Muslim to the Christian to the Hindu, speak about unity, speak about love, and yet all who call themselves religious believers still got problem with each other. Sometimes I think the people in the liquor store, they get drunk, have more love and unity. The prostitute in the poor house got no unity. Because we overlook things because we may have some money, education, and a nice house. But where does it put us? We all ended up in the dungeon, one way or the other. None of us are here for that. I want to say again, I have seen a lot. I live in the United States. I've been around this world. And America still wholeheartedly open up the doors to people around the world. But you have to come legal. Europe still assists in the Pacific Ocean with the drowning people and help them. Where are our African leaders? Where are Indians? Where are the Bangladesh? Where are the Pakistanis? It's only chaos. That is why we have to stop insulting people, fight one another, and speak about slave trade. When modern day we are slaving people economically, exploiting them and abusing them more than our slave master. What created the people for hundreds of years to fight each other? Languages. Taking people from one part of the world, bring them into another, nobody knows each other. And the school to educate you and your children, and then everybody started to associate with each other. But there are 10 hotspots in the world today where black people are being looked upon like they are no one harm. That's Saudi Arabia, Japan, Ukraine, Israel, the two most most important place in the world with biblical teaching. One with Muhammad, one with Jesus. And they are the two hated place for other fellow human beings. The world has went through a lot, so many lies. And we go in it, live with it, and we continue teaching it. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the time to change. We should stop looking back and start to look forward. Because where are we heading to? Where are all the generations? Anyone who should ever talk to them since they're gone? No. But we must have laws. But we must try to understand each other. Stop humiliating each other. Stop lying and thieving from each other. And respect each other. But where it comes from? And I could tell you about every race. With all the curse the European, and I said we, which I now want to get. But to respect. I will include myself most of it. My black brothers and sisters don't know that. Let's get out of this slave trade. Everybody was a slave sometime or the other. Who benefiting from slavery out of Africa, Europe, Caribbean, all these places? Look at your life to compare with modern Africa today, where your own people are enslaving them in Africa. See, the European was slave under their own. Indian was slave and still is slave until today. And Africa doing the same. Caribbean, the rich take advantage of the poor. Happening every day. The wise take advantage of the uneducated. And yet, we are calling on the same God with the same mouth. Is that fair? Simple. Friends, we have seen an election here a few days ago, where a man went to the courthouse. He was blamed for everything except his birth. He was blamed by a polo star, it's alleged, and we use that steady. He was blamed, it's alleged, robbing the bank. He was accused of so many things, but yet for all, no one could have prosecuted. If God is for you, regardless what you go through, no man can hurt you. Donald J. Trump happens to be a businessman. Whether he born with a gold spoon or a silver spoon, whether how he speaks to his nephews, that is his personal business. Is he have to face up to reality? Not the nation, not you and I. So that should not even be a part of the conversation when you're ready to criticize the man. Look for all the wrong he has done and the accusation. He was the 45th president. He claimed the election was rigged, and which I will not say it was not or it wasn't. We leave it in their time will prove it. But he now become the 47th. With all what they've done, he went through. And today, if you look at the map of America, it is so red that you may believe that you're in the Red Sea and he's a Moses crossing. So who are you who criticize him and condemn him? I heard a priest once says that the Lord said before you come he will send a prophet, and he talk about prophet. And many other things. Hate. People criticize you because the way you speak. And they do not try to look into the action. What is a businessman? It is well known all business people are thieves, they say in Guyana. If there is no businessman, plenty people will have a job today in no part of the world because the businessman cannot hire his own family alone. He needs help economically. All our black brothers, the money they got from Europe to the America and the Caribbean and Guyana, if they put it together, they can build the step to heaven in any African nation. And why don't they open up the door to the African brothers and sisters in the past? But you hear the same thing. You hear who's who was who. But they had met nations in the Caribbean before, even in Guyana. But they keep on talking about European white man slave the black people. And they are the beneficiaries. Look at India. India can system, they don't like the darker skin or the less educated. And an Indian woman, 7 out of 10 love to control their men and the white family. My friends, between the two major races, in all you might talk about the African descendant as they say the black people, they are more loyal, more honorable, they are more sincere, and they don't forget kindness. Ask the Indian, I don't think you remember if you give them a kidney. There's a story on the west coast of the Malala, whose name I will not mention for security reasons. A young Indian girl gave her ex-husband nephew a kidney or he would have died. According to information is alleged. And they drive past her in their car crossing Guy Bridge and she waiting for the minibus and they drive past her. If it wasn't for her, according to information, he would have been in a car driving with in a horse to the funeral. But friends, even if you give an Indian a pint of blood to save their life, very rare they remember your kindness. It's a shame. Indians love to insult each other, criticize. They love to gossip and lie on you. I have the experience with it in Guyana from family and some so-called people called friends. They are all about receiving but not giving back. As again, there's good and bad in every race. Few are very generous, but from 1 to 100, you might find 5 or 10 decent, honorable. And from 1 to 100 in the black race, you might find over 60 to 70 honorable, decent, and humble. But in every race, there's good and bad. But I believe in it as a human race, but I certainly means that you all give them credit. And if Mr. Ali wanted to bring Guyana forward, he had to denounce this thing called one people, when it's only Indian and black people, which is a majority in parliament, in a country that belongs to another race called the indigenous people ruled by 2 dangerous. One claim emancipation but not going back to Mother Africa. One claim India arrival but not going back to Mother India. And by the way, I heard, Mr. Ali, through the grapevine, that the Prime Minister, Dudi Anudi, is coming to Guyana for a visit. But I want you to know, pull their ambassador out of India and denounce this visit. Because in India, Dudi said it on the news, India is only for Hindus. And I don't think we should be in a country where Indian and black people got problems, Muslim and Hindu got problems. Take it from me. If you are a true leader, believe in the teaching of the Holy Quran, Muhammad wouldn't associate with Nodi because they are killing Muslims like yourself in India. Look at Facebook. A young 12 or 13-year Indian girl was beaten with a hammer in her head during the time before the month or two before the election. That is why Pakistan also was divided. And Bangladesh, India love to divide and fight about themselves. You love to bribe. You love to do everything wrong and accuse people wrongfully. When will you all wake up? Stop fighting for land and robbing people, bribing police and lock up people, magistrate and judge, and government ministers, the NBC, Guyana need a national fund government. A government that will respect all the people because it will be every person. The sixth race, the sixth nation should be a part of the government for a national fund government. Down with India and Africa, because the Portuguese and Chinese don't talk about their country. It's only the two of you. Down with emancipation and their arrival, because as far as I'm concerned, up to this day, is only foreigners ruling Guyana. We had the British. We moved them, we put the black. After Chong, they moved him quick when he was president. But that cousin. And after him, the girl, they moved him from finance minister because of a story of a man named Cassin. It's alleged concerning money was to build some road by conversation going up to the East Coast. But every time that was committed from the time of a so-called independence that was given to occupiers from Africa and India, who claiming emancipation and the top of Africa, and the Indians who arrived still of all of India, we have a problem. And English language. Today, I had the honor looking at an interview in England with you and a Barbados Prime Minister, the woman, and the way you all speak, and what you all say. When you, Mr. Ali, was told the sixth and seventh generation is responsible, and the way you honor it, but it seems that you cannot see what you are doing to the other India. Why they have to buy land in their own country? I know many of them who buy land. Why? Buy land from occupiers. So none of you in Guyana, Indian or black, could criticize this land. None of you. They got to say, Jesus said, before you try to take the dust out of your brother, I take the beam out of yours. But I want a national fund government where the 9 tribes will be a part of it. The Portuguese, the Chinese, the mixed race, the Indian, and the black. Not the majority Indian and the majority blacks. And I'm calling on the ignorant Indian and blacks in Guyana. Find out from your 65 minister friends and family and their backers will see how they're living to cooperate with y'all. And y'all are not tired and ashamed of being beggars in a country where all of you could be rich and have your own land, money to build your house and be a part of a cooperative country. And open up the door to Mother Africa and India and allow your ancestor generation to enter and other parts of the Caribbean. But you all want to go to heaven. Allah, Bhagwan, and Jesus will take you to heaven and you go to the picture of hell. All of you. Akaba. Ladies and gentlemen, you all may not like what I'm saying. But every crime that was committed against an innocent man, woman, or child, in the right government, all shall and will be resurfaced. And you all will not like the consequences because you wrong to people and you take bribe. You have children like the police, the magistrate, the judge, the prosecutor. Let the children suffer for your sin. Jesus said it again. The sins of the parents shall fall upon the generation. Let there be a testimony to the world so the present Guyanese and the future do not have to commit a crime against fellow brothers and sisters. Let's work together. Let's open up the door and welcome the American business people into Guyana to open a supermarket and work with our natural resources and put our people right and open up the door to the neighboring country also for the less fortunate that make laws. Anyone get caught thieving, cut off their hand. Anyone lie and a person cut the tongue out. Anyone rape a woman must be executed. And if the woman lied, she has to go to the circuit. Friends, it's time to close up all whole house. Unless the people who want the whole house put their mother and daughter and granddaughter in it and their sister there in. Refusing to do so, no whole house license. and the liquor, the rum shop. Buy your liquor from the supermarket and go home. Pay all civil servants a better salary, not only ministers of government, and give them duty-free concession. And let's form a national fund government for the Republic of Guyana. And let everybody unite and stand up for human rights and dignity. Stop the race clashes and religious battles. And I don't think Ruby should enter Guyana unless he changed his tone. And India belongs to anyone, not only Hindu. That's only a religion. I'm sorry. So, before I go, Ali, I don't know if you understand the meaning, Muhammad Rafi. Hindu, Muslim, Sab Sabakati, Sab Nahe, Salam. Let it be peace. So, give Duty that message if you arrive. Tell the George Sikalaya said that. Alright? Come from India. Muhammad Rafi. Hindu, Muslim, Sab Sabakati, Sab Nahe, Salam. Let it be peace, bro. So go on, Ali. Be careful with those who got you dancing on the stage. Take care of yourself and good luck. Let's work together for a great Guyana.